Today, we are going to be learning about the smooth ER, nucleolus, Golgi body, and lysosomes. This is the last video that we are going to have for cell organelle introduction. And again, this is for CAP students only. So let's start with our smooth ER. If you remember, last video talked about the endoplasmic reticulum, and we learned about the rough ER having ribosomes. The only difference is that the smooth ER does not have ribosomes on it, and what it does is it packages and ships lipids, which is fat. So we're going to write that it packages and ships fats. And we're going to write lipid in here just so we know a lipid is a really cool molecule. I'll explain more, but the cell membrane is made out of lipids too. It's another type of a building block. So if you're thinking about Legos and you're building a building with Legos, you have bricks, and then you have the pieces that can go together and pivot like a door. So those Lego pieces are different because they're going to have a different function in the thing that you're creating. Just like proteins and lipids have different functions in the building of a cell. Now, the smooth ER is a folded membrane without dots. Go ahead and pause and write in your information if you need to. It is found in plants and animals. I just want to point out that another term for ships can be transport. So both the rough ER and the smooth ER transport or ship the proteins or the fats. Something that's cool about the smooth ER is that it also produces these special enzymes that help your cell to detoxify drugs and poisonous things. So liver cells have a lot of smooth ER because your liver is an organ that is going to help detoxify your body. And something else that's really neat about the endoplasmic reticulum is that it builds itself. So it's continually growing within the cell. Okay, moving on to the nucleolus. The nucleolus can be found within the nucleus. So it's a little circle. I'm going to just color this one in light purple. This is the nucleolus. So nucleolus. Let's have to think about spelling. I'm a science teacher. Sometimes spelling is not my best, but I try. So the nucleolus is a circle found in the middle of the nucleus. And this thing has kind of a cool job. So what it does is it assembles two types of molecules. It assembles some proteins, and it assembles a nucleic acid, which is a ribosomal RNA. So these two different molecules will eventually form ribosomes. So the nucleolus is going to pretty much make or synthesize the building parts of what will become a ribosome. So what happens is it makes these molecules, they leave the nucleus, and in the cytoplasm they are assembled into ribosomes. So they make the molecules, which is a protein and an RNA, that join to create ribosomes. And the nucleolus is a sphere inside, or a circle on a 2D image inside the nucleus. And it's found in both plants and animals. The next organelle we are going to discuss is the Golgi body, sometimes called the Golgi complex or even the Golgi apparatus. So if you see Golgi, that is what we're discussing. Any of those three things is the same thing. So the Golgi body looks like flat folds that are laid on top of each other, kind of like pita bread if you were to stack pita bread. And a lot of times when you look at it, it looks kind of like a C, but they can be like one, a couple of these in a cell, or hundreds of these in a cell. Plants and animals both have them, so go ahead. I draw kind of some stacked C's for my Golgi complex, and then I will label it. So go ahead and pause the video and label that and draw it in your cells. Okay, let's go ahead and write in the structure. The structure we are going to say is that they are stacks of flattened sacs. That's kind of hard to say. They are not connected. Looks kind of like stacked pita bread. And the Golgi body is like the UPS of the cell. That's kind of how we remember it. They're the manufacturing, warehousing, sorting, and shipping experts of the cell. So they have a big job. They get proteins and fats from the endoplasmic reticulum, and they modify it, and they package it, and they ship it out. Some things are shipped within the cell, and some of the things of the Golgi body are shipped outside of the cell to other places in the body. They refine products and send it to where it needs to go. So we're just going to write that it's stores, packages, ships, and modifies proteins. And they're found in plants and animals. They do lipids too, but you need to know proteins. The last organelle that we are talking about is the lysosome. The lysosome is super simple. It is a sac in the cell. A sac, circle that's really small. And it has an important job because it's the cleanup crew. It is the digestive organelle that breaks down molecules. All molecules. It can break down fats, proteins, enzymes, anything that the cell has in it, it can break it down and get rid of it. And it is found only in animals. This is kind of a hard question. I've looked it up, and we know for sure that lysosomes are in animals. There is some debate on whether they are in plants. So make sure that you know that they are in animal cells. I think they're found in some plant cells. We will not ask you a question to stump. I'm not going to stump you on a lysosome because there's still some question about that. So within the cell, there are these little circles that go around and digest things. Animals definitely have more. And that is all for cell organelles. Make sure that you're studying, going on quizzes or study stack, whatever you can do to help you learn the structure and the function of all of these organelles. If you have questions, please reach out to us.